coconut here.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
that's from the source, from the tree. It came from the tree, and it's going to go to your lips. Means single source. It hasn't been touched by anybody but you, and the Coco Tap Factory. Brother, that's everything that you need. When you go down to the sweatshop and you lose all your electrolytes from working out too hard, that's potassium, magnesium, calcium, sodium, phosphorus, iron. Everything that you need comes right from the source. And that's why the Hawaiians call it dew from heaven, because it is from the tree of life. And if we're on Christian radio, just so you know, it is quoted in the Bible as the tree of life. It is one of the best life sources and one of the 5 superfoods in the world.
Well, cheers, you.
Cocoa love to you, buddy.
You know what else coconuts have in them?
What's that?
A very healthy fatty acid known as MCT. And there's a high percentage of MCT, medium chain triglycerides, that will actually help people, especially people on ketogenic diets, burn more fat, especially in the morning too. So MCT is derived straight from coconuts. I'm sure you knew that.
Yep. Well, it's in the meat, because the meat is what has the fat. And the meat is what they make the coconut oil and the MCTs they get from.
Yeah. So I can eat this when I'm done.
Yeah, we'll open it and we'll take the meat out.
Is that a thing?
It's a thing. I have a Coco Vinny cookbook, and you can actually all the recipes that you can make with the meat with everything, brother.
So hey man, thanks for coming by, and
thanks for having me.
I appreciate you.
We were trying to get this together yesterday.
Yeah, man. I saw you at the fights. That was like a month and a half, 2 months ago, and you were already on it, man. I love it. So my thing, I'll give you my thing. I love entrepreneurialism. Is that a word? Entrepreneurship. We'll break it down that way. I love people that are willing to get out of their comfort zones. I love people that are like willing to become their brand, right? I feel like that takes a lot. A lot of people struggle with that, and you do it magnificently.
Thanks, man.
So I really appreciate it. Why don't you just catch people up, man? Who are you? Who do you do?
Who am I?
Not who do you do, but you know what I mean.
What do you do? What I do and who I am is I'm Coco Vinny. The Coco Vinny. I'm a capitalist that's become a eco-inventor and an entrepreneur that's very passionate about people, the planet, and profit. So those are my 3 P's.
Planet, profit, people.
Planet, and profit. So when I started this company, before I even knew what this company was, I set out 3 things. And I said, the next product that I sell or do or buy or whatever it's going to be that I devote my time and energy to, it's going to be healthy for people, it's going to be healthy for the planet, and it's going to be fun. And I knew that if I had those 3 things, that the profit's just going to be a side effect that's just going to be like...
Dude, and you're all over the place with it, too.
Come on.
I see you're in Vegas.
Yeah. So, I mean, so in a nutshell, I basically invented this toolkit, and it's called the Coco Taps Toolkit. For all y'all who haven't seen this yet, we were just on Shark Tank about 9-10 weeks ago, and I invented that because I broke my stepdad's knife on a coconut. I hated coconut water out of the package. It tasted like ass, and I couldn't stand it. Everybody's drinking it, and I'm like, well, this is $1 billion market. Why is everybody drinking this? And then I tasted it from the coconut, and I was tapped in. So every day after the gym, hammer, knife, cracking open the coconuts, broke my stepdad's knife. He was pissed. I invented the Coco Taps Toolkit, and then I realized that we could make these resealable, with the tap, you made the coconut resealable, and then we can brand logos. And that's when all the Coco love started coming. So we were literally in Vegas. I grew up in Vegas, and we started tapping in the casinos, and now we're in 20 resorts. We're growing like a weed. We build cocoa bars. Anybody wants to do rum and cocos, vodka cocos, at the pools, room service. I love
that. I had one of the vodka cocos at the fights. I'm not gonna,
you threw a shot of vodka in there.
Yeah, maybe 2.
Nice, dude.
Probably
good for you.
Probably 2.
That is actually the lowest glycemic, healthiest alcohol drink you can have, because it's actually like a push, like you're dehydrating with the vodka, but you're hydrating, and it's kind of like a.
There you go. I think you just sold a couple right there. So you mentioned Shark Tank, and that's something that I have not had the opportunity to check out. So
You haven't seen my episode.
I haven't seen it. So why don't we just take? I mean, we're gonna be here for a little bit. Why don't we just take 5 minutes and check it out? Yeah, let's watch it. Let's pull it up on the screen.
Can you pull it up there?
Jimmy, can you did you iMessage me or did you SMS text me?
I have no idea.
Do you have an iPhone?
Yeah.
All right, go to my my messages. Hopefully nothing too crazy pops up on the bottom. That little blue dot.
Gotta be fresh, right from the tree. Fresh and fresh is the best way to be. No mess and no stress too. Gotta tap your thirst, Coco dreams come true.
I mean, I can hear it, but I don't think they can. Is it? Oh, it's coming from up there.
Aloha! Shalom! My name is Coco Vinny. I'm from Long Beach, California, and I'm the founder and chief coconut in charge at Coco Taps. I'm asking for $150,000 for 10% of soon to be our company. Close your eyes for a minute and imagine we're on our very own Hawaiian coconut plantation. The sun is shining, the birds are singing, you feel that ocean breeze on your skin. And what's even better is you've got a fresh tapped coconut in your hands. Now Coco Ray Ray and I, we're gonna get you all tapped in.
Come on, Coco Ray Ray.
Now Coco Ro, here you go.
Thank you, buddy. Coco Low.
Coco
Were you
Lolo,
nervous now?
Coco Lolo, and Coco Roro.
This is Coco B.
Here, cheers.
Coco please.
Hello.
Our Coco Ro.
Coco Ro. Wow.
Oh. Wow.
Now sharks, drinking coconut water out of plastic bottles and cans tastes old and stale. I'm sure now that you're tapped in, we can all agree that drinking fresh, right from the source, is the best way to relax and hydrate. You know, we've all seen some crazy ways to open a coconut. Banging and hammering and chopping, you can lose a finger. We've even seen some of these crazy tools pitched right here in the tank. But what we've created is the only 100% made in USA coconut water system. It allows you to quickly and safely tap a coconut. Let me just show you how it works. You take the Coco Tapper, you remove the safety cover, and you make a hole right in the coconut like so.
6'5"
Now once
Mexicans
the hole
here.
is in the coconut,
They all cracked up
take
on
the
that
Coco
one.
Tap, you thread it in counterclockwise.
Problem solved.
Now the end of the Coco Tapper is like a wrench, and you just tighten it on like so.
Still a fat kid.
All you gotta do is say yes, and we'll start bringing in boatloads
fat
of
kid who
Coco
does,
cash.
Iron Man.
What are your sales?
In our first year, we did almost $250,000 in revenue,
How long
and
ago was that?
Kick it with us.
that was just January of 2016. And in 2017, we're trending double for where we are last. Where we were last.
Wait, Rob, Rob.
Start training. I'm
We
gonna lose
sell
25 pounds
two
in 79
products
days.
currently.
Watch
We
this.
have a
Watch
do-it-yourself
the Coco
tap
Gorilla
kit,
do it.
and we have the branded tapped beverage line, which is in over 20 resorts on the Las Vegas
Untapped
Island.
market.
It's
I
a
get it.
tap kit and a finished coconut
subtle.
drink.
Yes.
And how does it break out? Is it 50-50?
So right now, our current sales are 80%
See,
tap
Mark
branded
Cuban missed
beverage
it.
and
Not a delivery service,
20%
Mark.
kit.
So
We're the
you're
Tesla
selling
of
a self-contained
coconut water.
Coconut drink.
Dude, we're a
How
lifestyle
often do you have to
brand,
go around
not
the
just a
Las
delivery
Vegas Strip,
service.
Was he
delivering
razzing
to
you a
the
bit?
20
Oh, they were all
So we're
razzing and trying to
delivering
poke
daily.
holes
So we
in
have
the gorilla.
major corporations, Caesars and Jim Mirage, Cosmopolitan, Wynn, Encore.
How much do you charge for them, Coco Vinny?
A case, our cost, tap branded, everything ready to deliver, $27.
And then what are you selling it for?
$45 per case right now.
Okay, how many
mean,
cases
this
do you
joker.
typically deliver? The resorts are calling you for the fully completed coconut?
Yes.
Or they're calling you for the taps?
Yes.
I'm lost.
So hang on.
See,
Did
he's
you
lost
create
because he
the
can't
tap to
fathom
help
that we're
the
actually
coconut
selling
business, or do
the
you
tools
see
to
that
certain
as-
customers in
to me,
certain
it's almost two
resorts
separate
that want to
businesses.
tap their own,
That is
and we're
the
also
tap
selling
business. The reason why
branded
it's
tap
only
coconuts to the
20%
resorts that don't want to do it themselves.
Yeah.
Because we just let that
Yes and
organically
yes is the
live on
answer to
Amazon
that.
right now.
We're getting calls from resorts all over that want either or
And
both.
we do an
sometimes.
infomercial, rock the world on it, show how to tap the coconut. And another
Lori,
business, it's a cocoa cleanse.
she's the infomercial queen, right?
Yeah.
You just saw me demo this thing and tap coconut on TV. That sells.
Yeah.
Lots of business
Like,
here.
if we can have one of these in every kitchen drawer, just like everybody's got a potato peeler,
Yeah.
what's the difference?
Right.
She don't get that?
Right.
And then we can also send coconuts to people's homes on a subscription base.
Phase one.
There's too much money here.
There's a lot of different ways to attack it.
That's what I was trying to explain to them. Like, guys, you just,
Scale.
I'm sorry. you feel that
they
way.
couldn't believe that the invention creates that
There's a
much.
term, you're drowning in opportunity.
See, he says, I'm drowning in opportunity. Is that a bad thing when you start a company and you invent something?
I'm out.
What was he trying to say when he said
Okay.
that?
They're trying to say I'm not focused.
Oh, like it's not like specific enough.
Like I've got too many business models.
I see.
You know, and I get that. But if they would have listened, if they would have used their 2 ears instead of their mouth,
Yeah.
so it's the 2 ears, 1 mouth rule. They didn't
Here's
listen.
my thought. I understand the love of the coconut and all of that. The problem is it's so niche. If I invested in this, I'd eat cocoa nuts.
Okay.
I'm out.
Sorry, you get it.
Do they all
I
go
think
out?
that you have
Well,
actually a
okay,
fantastic
alright.
tasting product
watch
because the coconut water in this thing is terrific. You have a wealth
So
of
they all love the
opportunities.
product.
Right.
What you have to do is focus. During the pitch, I didn't get the clarity of focus and I didn't get the clarity of the game plan operationally. And unfortunately,
Do you want to hear
for
the
that
timeout?
reason,
You want to just hear the
I'm
I
out.
didn't even want to hear the game plan.
Coco love to you. Thank you
They
guys.
kept interrupting me,
Congratulations
so I
to
couldn't
what
explain it. They just were poking holes, poking interruption after interruption.
Life can be
So when they all went out,
Coco Town to get you right on track.
I sang them right out of the room. And I never turned my back on them.
Mexican Jew, and it's got a
Taking water from the Mexican Jew.
fresher than fresh is the best way to be. No mess, and no stress too. You gotta tap your thirst, Coco.
Coco dreams come true, baby.
Dude, what an exit.
Hey, when Coco Vinny gets kicked in the nuts,
Yeah.
he goes out singing anyways. Just singing a
Instead
little
of back
higher,
up
that's
of it.
all.
Yeah.
So-
yeah, he's
No, I
doing
was-
a different
it wa-
octave. Dude, I still think that's. I mean, you're glad you went on. You're glad.
Oh, it
it's
grew
still
me.
exposure
It
like
grew me.
crazy, man.
It grew my it grew my
I'm gonna switch that.
it grew a lot.
Back to your
I
feet.
grew a lot through that. That was a really tough process to go through. Just so you know, to get on Shark Tank took resilience in itself.
Oh, I'm sure. I
Dude.
mean, what kind of process was that?
Year and a half,
Year and a
and
half.
probably thousands of hours. I mean, 1 minute audition in a line with 1,000 people, get a call back. Then you got to send in a 10-minute video. Then you got to get a call back again. Then you fill out mountains and mountains of paperwork, mountains. And then they went dark on me the first time.
Yeah.
And then I didn't hear nothing. And then I'm looking at the season, and I'm like, I'm supposed to be on that season. So then I open audition again. I did it all over again. 1 minute pitch, call back, 10-minute video, call back, more mountains of paperwork. I did that twice. And then finally I got on. I got the call back, and then they said da 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 da. It was a real hard deal. And then, the
Yeah.
process to go through.
Yeah, but
Bro,
the
to build the pitch, memorize whatever, figure it out. What am I going to say? How am I going to do? Like,
and you never practiced playing and walking.
never played walking in frontwards, never played walking backwards. Try walking backwards and playing and singing again. I didn't know how to do that. It was the first time I ever
After
did
being kind of, you're probably a little emotionally,
that. Dude, I was in
fired up.
shock.
right?
I didn't have a plan B. I went in with the mindset, I'm getting a deal. And I was like, I'm getting a deal, so there was
Right.
no plan B. I didn't have a plan B. So when they all went out on me, and I'm like, ain't that a bunch of bullshit? So I
Yeah.
grabbed my ukulele and I said, I'm singing it. I guess I'm on my way out, y'all. Bye.
Yeah.
And I didn't turn my back on him.
Yeah.
I didn't
Now,
want,
why is that? Was it like symbolism for you?
dude, if they're sharks, I'm not turning my back on them.
Right.
I'm punching them straight in the nose and I'm getting out of there moonwalk Michael Jackson style because
Yeah.
I'm not letting them take me from behind. Hell no.
Yeah.
I'm the Coco Gorilla. I wasn't going to let them just fire at me like that. And they
Yeah.
were in shock. They've never had anybody sing out without a deal. Usually everybody like tucks their tail. Oh.
Yeah. That's the norm.
I didn't let them see me sweat like that. Now
That's
in
cool,
the
man.
back,
That's
when I
good
went
for you.
backstage
Yeah.
and everything settled down and the adrenaline went down, I was crying like a baby.
Yeah.
I cried. I sat down, and it all came out. All the emotion, all the fire, all the passion, and I just was crying. It hurt to get
Yeah.
fucking hit in the nuts. Like
You're
that.
emotionally invested,
Yeah.
to a large extent.
Dude. I mean, and I was thinking to myself when I went back there, I'm like, great. First of all, my episode might not air because I didn't get a deal. Because you're only guaranteed to air if you get a deal.
Right.
And 6 million people now just saw everyone kind of
Doubt. Yeah.
crap on my deal.
Yeah.
And I'm like, whatever.
To do it again, would you?
To go back on?
Yeah, no, I mean, given the same result, would you still do it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I needed that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But for them to tell me that it's too niche and that I'm not focused is a contradiction to who the hell they are.
Now, how do you feel about? Do you feel like maybe they have like the persona of being like hard on people? Do you feel like sometimes they just kind of like, oh, we need to do that now, even if they might like the product, maybe that probably sells more than
Maybe.
Like,
I mean,
for
here's the reality.
persona.
They're lazy as hell now.
Yeah.
They don't want to do anything where they got to work now. They have 80 to 150 deals they've invested into.
Right.
They don't have
I
bandwidth.
think
They don't
about
have
that, man.
time. They don't care.
When they like actually say yes to a deal,
Yeah.
and they say like, okay, well, I can help that product because of my experience.
They
How
wanna-
hands on are they really with all those products?
They're not. They have
They're not,
teams
right?
of guys, and,
Yeah.
and they on TV they act like they're like going to change all be all. But
Right.
I've not heard very great things about people who've done deals with them. Every once in a while, you'll hear of a good success story like Lori or whatever. But that's when they can just basically make one phone call and just plug it in, and they don't have to do anything. They just
Right.
write a check and light it up. I'm actually doing something that's changing an entire beverage sector.
Yeah.
And when I tell you I'm doing that, it's real. Like Coca-Cola and Pepsi and all these guys, they don't want to be in the soda business anymore. They're
Right.
all they're trying to pivot and buy all these health brands, and they're doing all these things. But all of them are missing one thing: zero waste. And what does that mean? That means that they're actually going to leave the earth and the planet better than what they started with. It means that they're giving more than they're taking. A lot of these businesses out there are called degenerative businesses. There's
Right.
3 types: degenerative, sustainable, and regenerative business. You're either a degenerate and you're raping the planet, you're a sustainable business and you're raping the planet less, or you're a regenerative business and you're giving back more than you're taking.
Right.
That's it. We're going to become one of the first regenerative, fully certified zero waste companies in the world, in the beverage sector, that gives more than it takes, that creates more carbon sequestration into the ground, helps reverse the global warming problem, and helps make the people better than when we got there, than
Yeah.
the planet. And then we're going to get paid for it, of course.
Yeah. It's pretty awesome, man. Not too many people that start businesses are coming at it with that perspective.
Well, and I didn't start that way. I started off as a segmented, short-sighted, greedy capitalist. Wanted to just bleed as much profit out of every deal I did, and I wasn't happy at the end of it.
So what would you say, like, for people that watch this that are entrepreneurs, people that are, people like yourself, like what is your from your experience?
So what I would say, the advice, or when somebody wants to start a business, or what?
Not start a business, but I mean, maybe they have a business. Maybe it's very successful, but maybe they're missing
Not
kind
happy,
of they're missing
disconnected.
Yeah.
They're just hating life. Like I was making,
Like, what's
I was making
your
some
trick?
great money where I was at,
Yeah.
and I wasn't happy. I wasn't in the right relationship. I wasn't at the right place in my life. I wasn't healthy. I was overweight. I felt like shit. And I said, I got to get out of here. So my only, I speak from experience, is I burned everything to the ground. I literally ripped everything out of the wall and said, I'm starting over.
What was the moment that you did that? Like,
You
what
gotta
was
get,
what was
you gotta
the
get
straw?
sick and tired of everything, and you got to get sick and tired of yourself. You wake up in the morning and you look in that mirror and you say, I don't like this motherfucker anymore. I don't.
Our Christian viewers are gonna
Sorry,
hate you.
Christian guys. There's a swear jar here. There's like
throw it in.
It's like 120 there. I'm so
Throw it-
sorry.
You got like
All right.
119 more cusses to go then.
No,
but,
don't worry about it. I won't do it again. So,
Just kidding.
anyways, what I'm saying is you got to get really, really sick and tired of yourself, of everything, and of what you stand for, because your inside knows. You know inside what you feel, and if what you feel doesn't match up with what you're doing, if the inside doesn't match the outside, then it's time to rip it apart,
Right.
and burn it down.
It's about like being in alignment with yourself,
It's
right?
called the demolition job.
Yeah.
You don't like your bathroom, you rip out the whole thing and you start over. And whatever it is, your life is a representation of what you're living, and what you're experiencing is a representation of what's going on inside.
That's exactly what I tell people when they're trying to lose weight, man. You got to wake up in the morning, look in the mirror, and go, "That's not me."
Yeah.
Time to get to work.
Well,
You have to really, when you're out of alignment with how you feel inside and the things that you're doing, you have to get to a point, right? You can't just, if you're content, being content is dangerous.
Comfortable.
Yeah, comfortable, content, complacent,
and also disconnected. Because I'll tell you a thing about being fat. I'm carrying about 25 extra pounds right now, and I know exactly why. I was really disconnected this last 6 months in the wrong choices of different people that I was surrounding myself with, different energies. Fat is a protection barrier, so it's a wall between what's going on out there and what's going on in here. It's that barrier in between that out and in. So when you decide inside a different reality and the outside starts to match up, this barrier will come down, which is the fat barrier. It's an emotional barrier to protect you from what the outside is showing you from what the inside.
Yeah,
And fat
I like
gets
that.
in between because there's a misalignment.
A little cushion.
It's a cushion, and it's a barrier. It's an emotional barrier that says I need to protect myself from all that shit out there, so I'm going to put this here.
Yeah.
And then so as soon as I decided that I loved myself enough and I was okay with myself the way it was, and I'm ready to be who I'm supposed to be no matter what's going on out there, that fat barrier came down.
I like it.
And I lost 75 pounds.
75.
And I did a full marathon, and I did 4 half
When was
marathons.
this? That's huge,
and I
man.
did half Ironman, and I'm gonna do it again. Yeah.
That's cool stuff. When you do
So
the
my first full marathon was in 2000. Did the LA Marathon,
okay.
and that was my first.
I couldn't do that stuff, dude. I mean, I could, but
Dude,
that's
you
not
can
my.
do anything.
I
you
know.
say.
I know. I'm of that mindset. Trust me.
You don't
But
want
running,
to. Bad
I don't
enough.
want to. Really. I mean,
And you
because
don't,
I
you don't
fight,
have the right coach right now that can get you there.
Not the coach that I want. Because
You-
I'll
you-
fight and wrestle. Like, so like my thing is like wrestling tournaments, stuff like that. But
Yeah.
I'll tell you, if I run more than
Distance.
5 miles at a time,
Yeah, distance.
I'm just
bro.
not interested. Like, I don't feel the fight.
And what's funny about my
I
whole
feel
deal
like,
is the first 5 miles for me, first 3 minimum, is the worst. I'm a real slow starter.
Yeah.
I'm the slowest starter ever.
That's my start and finish that time.
No, I'm the slowest, and then but when I get going and I'm warmed up, when the Vin Diesel gets going, bro,
The Vin Diesel.
just slow and steady.
Vin Diesel engine.
You know, slow and steady wins that race, bro. And you just put your head down and you just zone in, and it's over. Like, you know, like when
After a few hours, yeah.
when I have a target set and I ain't got my eye on that horizon set for it,
You get that runner's high.
dude. I'm high all the time, bro.
That runner's Coco
I get
high.
high. Dude, I just got high on this Coco Love.
There you go.
I mean, I'm high just sitting here in front of all y'all talking about coconuts in life. I dig it,
Dude,
dude.
you're the man.
You're the man.
No, we're both the men.
We the men.
Yeah.
We the men.
Yeah.
She the men. We the men.
She men, we men.
She the men. We the men.
Yeah.
You like that,
Dude. There's no better ending to a podcast than that. All right, guys. Hey, thanks for tuning in.
Coco Love, y'all.
See you later.